And we're live. Welcome everyone to the Crypto Herd for another exciting AMA. Also, welcome to everyone who's watching this on replay. And today is a very special AMA because, as you guys already know, I'm a huge RTS fan. So today I brought you the studio lead of the ever first crypto RTS to ever exist in gaming. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to Nathan, studio lead of Hashrush. How are you, Nathan? Welcome to the Crypto Herd.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's a wonderful, let's say, experience to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you here, Nathan. So, do you want to do a small introduction? Tell us a bit about yourself, your role in Hashrush, and also a bit about the project itself.
Yeah, well, me and Chris, the other co-founder, we started this venture back in the wild times of 2017. The game has had multiple, let's say, iterations over the years just to find that perfect combination of an RTS that we would like to bring to the public and what we enjoy. It's been a awesome learning experience, let's say, throughout the years and speaking to other projects while at events. One of the highlights was Tokyo Game Show and Gamescom back in 2018. So right before COVID, let's say. So we got a chance to showcase Hashrush in multiple countries. And yeah, as studio lead, I oversee all the ins and outs on the both design and the development side of the game.
That's great. So I wasn't wrong, right? Hashrush is the first crypto RTS. Am I right?
Yes, we still stand by that. Let's say pledge promise that we're the first. If we date back in 2017, there was nothing like nothing of the sort that what we wanted to achieve and bring to let's say to the players and now to the Web3 space even.
That's great. So yeah, actually, Hashrush has been around for quite some time. You guys had like a live version, but it was a bit different. I feel like you revamped the
Yeah.
whole game in the last year. Before it was like PV focused, but right now we kind of changed a bit the system and everything else. Why this
Yeah,
decision, Nathan?
yeah, this decision it was let's say a very long discussion between development teams and designers over the years. The let's say the spherical map mode that we had previously, let's say as grand and beautiful as it looked, to have a sustained PvP later down the line, and it was. Uh, we decided to turn the dial back a bit and to appeal to a more, let's say, grounded and then already established way of play, as you can see on the screen. Flat surface maps, and that was, let's say, an easier way to get, let's say, content out at a more rapid pace, so that there's no, let's say, long months of no new content coming to the players. It's basically taking a step back in a way to get more content out to the players.
So what you guys did was like making Hashrush more like of a traditional
Yeah.
RTS, right? Instead of being like
Yes.
how it was. Yeah, I think it was the right move because you actually mentioned PvP, so that's like music to my ears because I love competitive RTSs. So, but we're going to get there. We're going to get there.
Yeah.
So next question is what everyone has on their heads. When the game, Nathan? When can we actually play Hashrush?
Yeah, we have a release coming out in early August, and we have let's say the next step of opening up to everybody is in in fall of this year. So no more pushing back and back and back. We actually feel confident of launching with significant content for the players. Not only, let's say, your classic RTS gamer, but also people from the Web3 space in terms of NFTs and what you can get out of the game with the play and earn, let's say, benchmark that we have.
That's great. Can't wait then. Can't wait for this.
Yeah, a lot of
I've
exciting stuff.
Yeah, really. I already liked a lot the pre-alpha version that you guys released. Actually, did some streaming about it. But now I can't wait. PvP. Also, I've heard about dungeons. You guys have been leaking some stuff about dungeons. Do you want to tell us a bit more about that feature?
Dungeons. Yeah, the dungeon system is a new system that we have prepared for players. Let's say when you have, because right now, if you play, let's say, very classic RTS games, there's that, let's say, standard mode and a few other modes sprinkled here and there. Plus, you have like a campaign of sorts, but there's no, let's say, variation that much. And then in terms of a in-game economy, you have to have multiple areas of where to accumulate resources, whether there's crafting resources or something, let's say, more NFT type. So a dungeon mode where you, the mode is where you go through various dungeons. There are multiple rooms, and before you go into these dungeons, you have a certain amount of points that you spend on whether there's bringing more heroes into you basically build your starting army to go through that dungeon and beat the boss in the end and collect rewards.
That's really nice. I think I've never seen anything like that in other RTS games, so that's quite innovative.
Yeah, let's say we have multiple modes coming down the line. That is not only a RTS, but well, the dungeon mode is an RT, let's say, in the RTS space, if you will. But yeah, it's bringing something more to appeal to, let's say, multiple player types that you have.
I think that's smart, trying to reach like a broader audience.
Yeah, but still keeping the breadth and life of the entire game. So it's not RTS here and an FPS somewhere else. So
it'll make much sense
in one game.
Yeah, but we actually talked about PvP, right? So so far we've only seen PvE, but are we going to have like some competitive mode, like ladders, something like StarCraft style?
Yes, we're gonna have PvP down the line. Like first off, the let's say this is not 2022 area. Because right now we're focusing, as I said, with bringing more biomes into the game and then bringing you the whole dungeon mode into the game, just broadening out that PvE spectra at first, and then building on it. Because when you have all the basics and all the standard modes and then dungeons, you have a already established line of content that you can add to. That's when PvP comes into play, because you have to level up your heroes. You have to get them geared properly, and only when those, let's say, pillars are established, then you can have a really competitive PvP mode that you don't see, let's say, the same tactics, same heroes, and so we're just, let's say, we're giving the players time to get, let's say, to a very competitive state, let's say.
Okay, interesting. So this means that your heroes level, so you level up your heroes in PvE and then you bring them to PvP, and if your hero has like a higher level or something, then you're going to have like a bit of an advantage.
Yes, depending on how you spend your resources in terms of crafting or, let's say, trading with other players, then you can have a direct advantage, and of course strategy comes into play as well, because you can have all the fanciest heroes that you want, but if you don't hone your skills in the game,
it won't matter much.
And everything, yeah, it won't matter much. It's how you how you set up your base, how you set up your workers to harvest resources, and how you explore and how you get the advantage over the other player.
So we actually mentioned it. We're talking about PvP, but is this going to be like esports level PvP, or
Well,
are you
of
guys
course, it's going to
aiming
be,
for that?
let's say, it's not out of the scope for us to have a, let's say, esports down the line. But before that happens, the game has to already be established as a PvE with a PvP component.
Okay, but when you guys release the new version, we're now going to see the dungeons, but not PvP yet, right?
Let's say as a standard PvP mode, 1v1 or 4v4. No, that's not going to happen that soon. We are, of course, working on multiple modes at our own pace. But this is, let's say, this next release is more biomes, more enemies, more heroes, and the dungeon mode on top of that.
Oh, that's great. Well, it's already exciting enough, dungeons and new content.
Yeah, it's a completely new game mode that hasn't been introduced previously. So
Are we also seeing new civilizations? Because Hash Rush, in their lore and universe, there's like 3 civilizations, if I'm not mistaken.
there are more.
There are more. Okay.
Yeah, there are way more because it's a very expansive, let's say, universe. And in terms of lore that we have, you most likely you already know that initially we were planning, like, let's say, 3 main factions: the Highborn Elves, the Ernacks, and the the Marauders. Each of them having their own gameplay, but let's say you have to start. If you get, let's say, the basics lined up with one, then you can move on to the other, and thus expand the game as a whole.
So, are we going to see new civilizations in October?
Not in October. So, sorry. Maybe this is something a bit disappointing for some, but yeah, we're focusing on getting all the modes in, and then so that there's enough content to go around with the established Ernack faction. But yes, the rest of the lot is coming out. Let's say, hopefully, if all goes well, next year we want to release one of the other factions, and that ties into the whole PvP area as well.
Oh, that's exciting. To me, it's not disappointing. Actually, I am quite impressed with what you guys have built here with the NFTs and everything. I mean, it was just a pre-alpha, but to me, it already felt like really good. Obviously, there were like some bugs with the AI and everything,
Yeah.
but it's a pre-alpha. It was already looking great. I love the graphics, love the fantasy vibe, and definitely, I'm really bullish on Ash Rush. I really like it, especially because, well, it mixes 2 of the things that I love, which is crypto and real-time strategy games. So for me, it's just such a
Awesome.
perfect combination.
Yeah, we call it a match made in heaven, let's say.
Indeed, I agree with that. But this is a crypto game, right? So is this going to be play and earn, play to own? What would you call your game, Nathan?
Yeah, we are sticking with the play and earn,
Okay.
because you have your gameplay, you have your own experience, but at a certain point, you have accumulated a lot of these resources that you can craft into heroes and sell those, and to have that hero sold to another player, and to see actually your progress in the game, the game rewarding you in a way, that is something I believe that let's say in the Web2 space, that's something that has been lacking.
Definitely free market to trade in-game assets.
Exactly.
So what about tokenomics? Like, how is it going to work exactly? Are you guys planning on like delivering certain tokens like to top players or something in the ladder, or is it something that you guys are still discussing?
Yeah, that is, let's say, balancing wise, that's an iterative process that is being tweaked. And I really can't disclose, let's
Right
say,
now? Okay.
odds of getting something, but yeah, all will be revealed in due time. Let's say.
Okay, but for now the focus. But for now we're going to have the NFT heroes, which are already looking great.
Yeah.
That brings me to the question: like NFT heroes, they're like powerful units. So what happens to players who don't own any NFT heroes? Are they going to get like some heroes as well,
Yeah.
or how is it going to work? This dynamic between people who bought the NFTs versus people who never invested in Hashrush.
It's actually a pretty simple answer because we have multiple avenues of how you get heroes and resources throughout the game. One is, let's say, the classic. It appears on the store. You buy it. The second avenue is with trading, trading heroes, and let's say the third, and there are a few more, is via crafting. Players who have played the standard modes of the game, they accumulate a certain amount of resources and crystals, which is a catalyst for crafting. And as we had the first craftable hero, Sarnak, people can craft those heroes and, of course, gear them as well. So there are avenues of getting there. Let's say the time equals money factor comes into this as well. Yeah,
Okay, so
we're, let's say, getting a craftable hero. Of course, it takes your own time and effort, but you get not only the hero, but you have a lot of resources that were not a part of the recipe of making the Sarnak hero in terms of crafting. You have extras of actually playing the game and crafting on your own. Because if you craft one Sarnak, what stops you from selling the second one? So
makes sense. So basically, a free player can just start completely for free playing Hashrush, gathering materials, and then crafting the NFT hero.
yeah.
Okay. So this means that NFT heroes, they're not capped, right? Or are they?
Let's say that is on the store. Those heroes are capped. The crafting heroes and then certain heroes that are gained from the dungeon mode. As a sneak peek, those currently are uncapped. Of course, trading recipes. There is going to be a balance pass and in terms of patches for the game. If some heroes are, let's say, way too easy to get, some recipes can be altered. And of course, like any RTS out there, like StarCraft or what have you, they have balance patches where they tweak not only your, I don't know, building HP, your ability cooldowns for heroes, your damage for your, let's say, one or the other units for multiple factions. We will have the same iteration as well.
Okay. So let me just see if I got it right. So there's going to be like uncapped heroes, which are the crafting ones, and there's going to be like limited edition capped heroes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Got it. Quite interesting system you have here. So we have here a question from Sakir. Will more maps be added? It can be issued as an event or certain dates. For example, like a snowy map in winter. So I think you already answered that. We're going to have like new maps.
Yeah, we have like currently people have been playing on the forest biome, but we have multiple new biomes. Each biome has a certain amount of maps, so we're looking at adding a more than a few in this next update.
Okay, that's exciting. It looks like a really big update and milestone for the
Yeah,
Ashrush project.
exactly.
Quite cool. So Nathan, is there anything else you would like to share with us about Hashrush and its future?
Well, it's already been a roller coaster, and let's say a lifetime dream of mine, personally, to make a RTS game. We have a lot of goodies coming out in the near future. Let's say right now the dungeon mode is one of the big ones, because that's a completely new mode. Of course, more craftable heroes, more skins, more items, more recipes, more maps, and just having a wider array of things that people can get in multiple avenues, as I said.
Looking
It's just
great.
building and building.
Building and building every day, grinding.
Exactly.
So we have here a question from Ron Reinike. Ron, welcome to the stream. So Ron wants to know how many developers are currently working on Ashrush.
We have let's say, more than a few. I can't disclose how many exactly, but let's say plenty to reach the milestones that we have set for us, and to bring as much content as we can.
Okay, that's great. So Nathan, what was like the hardest moment while developing Ashrush? What were the biggest adversities, the biggest obstacles while building Ashrush so far?
Well, let's say the testing and iteration on features, because at a first glance everything looks awesome on paper. When you actually develop it, you see maybe this can be tweaked, that can be tweaked, and when you tweak it, it looks a bit different, but it serves a better purpose. So it's that it's just finding the perfect balance in every feature, why you need it, why the players need it. It's always an iterative let's say task, process to do so.
Okay, that's great. So do you want to share with us which other NFT games are you bullish on, Nathan, or did you just play Hashrush?
Well, I'm not going to sound very Web3, but yeah,
We can talk
Elden
about
Ring
Web2
was,
games.
yeah, Elden Ring was a slight addiction for a while. So it was actually my first From Software game I played, and to hear how everybody was struggling with bosses, and I got through those bosses easily was of course, let's say, a minor accomplishment with everything going around in my life. So with having, let's say, when you're developing and designing a game, a boss in a video game, the levels of frustration don't even compare. Let's say when you're actually making a game or playing a game, those are two completely separate planets, even.
Yeah, I imagine. Actually, I think that Elden Ring is Dark Souls like this type of game
Yeah.
is really hard but open world. Actually, I'm looking into buying it as well. I played Sekiro. Sekiro is also
I
quite
played
hard.
Sekiro for a bit, but that game, I don't know, it caught me at a bad time. I couldn't actually get that involved in the game, and I had to give it a pass for a while. Maybe I'll pick it up sometime. I don't know, but yeah, no, not now.
Not now. Actually, I've tried like the Demon Souls, the Dark
I
Souls.
haven't played any of those.
I've tried
But yeah, let's say Elden Ring is the first
of this
that I
type.
have finished,
Okay.
that I completed. Not on platinum, but I haven't got the platinum trophy or anything, or all the achievements. But yeah, maybe someday.
That's a huge achievement already. Congratulations. Yeah, these games are
I
quite
got
hard.
I got a few. I got for completing the game. I got that. A few second tries, and yeah, it's a fun game, and they have some rumors of DLC coming out, so I'm looking forward to that. But let's say a game that I'm looking forward in the future, of course, is Hashrush and Resident Evil 4 remake. So
Oh yeah, damn! I played so I played Resident Evil 4 for such a long time on PlayStation 2.
I believe I've completed that game like 15 times or even more. Just going through, trying to, let's say, get every weapon, multiple difficulties. You had other game modes that you had to complete.
Yeah,
5
it went like
stars on mercenary maps.
Yeah,
Yes. So yeah, it's a very fun game. I look forward to what they do with it because they have big shoes to fill. Let's say with Resident Evil 4.
There's
Was
high
not
expectations.
was not a fan of what they did with Resident Evil 3, but I enjoyed 2 as a remake.
Actually, I played Resident Evil 2. It was a great experience. Then I bought Resident Evil 3 like 2 days ago, but I'm still finishing Horizon Zero Dawn. Really cool game.
Oh, yeah. Horizon Zero Dawn. It's an odd one for me because when it came out, I didn't have a PS4 at the time. Then when I finally got a PS4, I played it, but then God of War came out, so I kind of put it on in a shelf. And now when there's like the second one that came out, I believe in February of this year, Elden Rings comes out. So it's always like you want to play it, but there's something that kind of says no. You need me. Yeah, it's
I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
Kind of one of those cursed games that you never will finish. Or like, oh, I want to play a sandbox game. Ghost of Tsushima comes out. You can't play Horizon.
I didn't play it.
You think of playing Horizon Zero Dawn sometime later. Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out.
Always gets postponed.
Yeah, it always gets. Of course, everybody says that the game is awesome, and I've seen the game, I played the game, and it's awesome. But there's always something that kind of I don't know, tricks you off the path. Let's say.
Yeah, it's hard. Like so many good games out there, and they only has 24 hours.
Yeah, exactly. There's not so many hours in a day, although I wish there were. To
play everything. So we have here a question from Ron. Will there be land gameplay in Ash Rush?
Land gameplay?
Like how you have in other games like X Infinite, there's like some land gameplay coming, NFTs and everything. Where like
say to be announced. Because we have a lot of, let's say, ideas floating around in the, say, distant and near future. They're all taken into consideration. Some are more appealing than others. But in terms of more, let's say, Web3 features, those are, let's say, being catered to, so we appeal to a wider array of players out there. So that's not a no. Yeah, that's not a no. That's definitely not a no.
It's we're analyzing.
Yeah, we're in the process of setting up, let's say, very distant roadmaps, and because the industry is changing, I would say, daily. There are projects that announce and then they change, and sometimes they just, if we look at the games from 2017, I believe we're like we're a handful that's left from the 2017 days before the first, let's say, big boom and the big crash, let's say, in the market. We're kind of, let's say, I don't know, the Three Amigos or Seven Samurai that are kind of left from the 2017 days. But yeah, we are a let's say, blockchain project. That's not, of course, we have, let's say, a very standard Web 2 game here, but it has the Web 3, let's say,
Elements, components.
Elements, components, and they match very well in our game.
Yeah, I think that's like the new goal in NFT gaming. Before, what you saw in that at that year, like 2018, 19, was like games where crypto and DeFi was first, and maybe after they were like implementing some sort of like really basic gameplay. But now it's changing. Now all the good AAA project that they're doing is what you guys are doing, like developing a solid gameplay, Web2 first, like the base layer is the gameplay, and only
Yes.
after they're adding like the Web3 elements, like NFTs and tokens, and they're doing this very carefully because
Yeah, and we're doing the
founders
same thing.
very
We're doing the
carefully
same
like
thing.
analyzing everything, checking what other projects are doing, because no one wants their project, no one wants their project to happen the same that happened with X Infinity or Pegaxy, where there was like super inflation in tokens and the prices dropped like 0.00 something cents of a dollar, and the NFTs are like that was once were worth like $1,000. Now you can buy them with $3. So I think everyone is trying to avoid this at
Exactly.
all costs. They're like carefully analyzing what's going on in NFT gaming before they implement the Web3 layer.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you 100% that we wanted to get that game first feeling that we have the whole game is set, it's planned out. We announced new features and new patches. But let's say with any, let's say, Web3 feature that we add, there is still a core game that can be played without any knowledge of blockchain, Web3, NFTs, nothing of that. You can
I think
still have a
that's
game and enjoy yourself, and while you're playing, you're accumulating all these resources that you can see. Oh, okay, if I craft this hero, I can sell it. Awesome. It's always this, let's say, a learning experience for players who don't have any blockchain knowledge beforehand. Yeah, it's kind of building that bridge that you, let's say, feel very assured and safe with crossing. So yeah, it's building
makes
the bridge
sense.
between gaming and blockchain. That's one of the old sayings that me and Chris had.
Yeah, and I think that is going to play a major role in crypto adoption actually, because gaming is so huge, and by creating projects like these that don't require any crypto knowledge, basically what you're doing is you're attracting people from both communities, the crypto community and
Yeah.
also the Web2 gamers. And maybe these Web2 gamers that don't care or don't know anything about crypto, they'll be incentivized to learn about crypto because, well, it's a free market, and yeah, it's as you say, they're going to eventually find out that they can sell their in-game assets for some value they don't need. And I think that's going to play a major role in the crypto adoption in the future.
Oh, for sure. Definitely.
So really exciting times ahead. And
Yeah,
we have some more
as you
questions.
said, not enough hours in the day.
That's true. That's true.
All right.
So, Nathan, I don't have any more questions, and it was a pleasure to have you here. I'm really hyped about Hash Rush. Can't wait to play that next patch with the dungeons and all the new features that you guys are adding. I think, congratulations for the great work you've been doing,
Thank you.
and I can't wait for the next patch. Thanks a lot for your time. Thanks a lot
Yeah,
for coming
thank
to the
you.
Crypto Herd. It was a
Yeah,
pleasure.
thanks everybody for let's say joining the stream and join the Hash Rush Discord. We have a lot
Link
of
in the
announcements
description.
there.
Yeah.
Yes. And yeah, let's have a hope the summer is not that hot where you're all at, but yeah, it's gonna be a hot new update for Hash Rush. So in August.
Can't wait. Can't wait. Also, thanks everyone for watching, guys. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe for more NFT gaming content, AMAs, and Hash Rush streams. Don't miss it. Make sure you subscribe to the Crypto Herd. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the metaverse.